Welcome to the Boy Who Draw Cats story. This is a ghost story. It is probably different from any ghost story that you have even listened. A long time ago, in a small village in Japan, there lived a poor farmer and his wife. They were good, hard-working people. Since they had several children and money was scarce, they found it difficult to feed them all. As soon as the children could walk, they helped their parents. When the children got older, they worked on the farm. The youngest child, however, a little boy, did not seem to be fit for hard work. This child was very clever. He was more clever than any of his brothers and sisters. But he was so weak and small that people said he would never grow up to be very big. His parents thought that it might be better for him to become a priest than to be a farmer. One day they took the boy to the temple in the village and spoke to the priest who lived in the temple. They asked the priest if a little boy could be his assistant. They asked the priest if he could educate their son and teach the boy how to be a priest. The old man thought about this for a while. Then he spoke kindly to the boy and asked him some questions that were very hard to answer. The boy answered each question very well. The priest immediately realized that the child was very intelligent, and he agreed to educate the boy and to let him to be his assistant. The boy learned quickly. He listened carefully to the priest and understood everything that the priest taught him. The boy usually was obedient and did what the priest said. But the boy had one fault. He loved to draw cats. Whenever he was alone he drew cats. He drew them in the margins of the priest's books. He drew them on the screens in the temple. He drew them on the walls and on the pillars. He drew them whenever he could. The priest told him over and over that it was not right to draw cats all over the place. But the boy did not stop drawing cats. He drew them because he could not stop himself. Something deep inside him made him draw cats. For this reason he was not quite fit to be an assistant at the temple. A good assistant should spend his spare time studying and reading books. One day the boy drew some beautiful picture of cats on a large screen in the temple. The priest looked at the picture and spoke severely to the boy. "My boy," he said, "you must leave this temple at once. It is not possible for you to become a good priest. But perhaps you could be a great artist. Now let me give you one last piece of advice. Be sure never to forget it. Stay away from large places at night. Stay in small place." The boy did not know what the priest meant by saying, "Stay away from large place. Stay in small place." The boy thought about this while he tied up his little bundle of cloths and prepared to leave. But the boy could not understand the meaning of those words. And since he was embarrassed to discuss this with the priest, the boy said goodbye and left the temple. The boy departed very sorrowfully. He wondered what to do. He knew that if he went straight home, his father would punish him for disobeying the priest. Therefore, the boy was afraid to go home. Suddenly he remembered that in the next village, 12 miles away, there was a very large temple. He had heard that there were several priests at the temple. The boy made up his mind to go to the village and speak to the priests and ask them if he could be their assistant. Part 2. He surely yes, the boy decided to go to the neighboring village. He decided to speak to the priest at the temple and ask them if he could be their assistant. That temple, however, was closed. But the boy did not know this. The temple was closed because of the goblin had scared away the priests and had taken possession of the temple. Later, some brave warriors went to the temple at night to kill the goblin. Those warriors were never seen alive again. The boy had never heard this story about the temple, so he walked all the way to the village. He hoped that the priest there would treat him kindly. When he got to the village it was dark, and all the people were asleep. But he saw the temple. It was on top of a large hill at the end of the biggest street in the village. The boy saw light coming from inside the temple. According to the story, the goblin kept on that light to tempt lonely strangers who were looking for shelter. The boy looked forward to meeting the priest, so he went up to the temple and listened at the door. There no sound inside. He knocked on the door and waited, but nobody answered. He knocked again. Still nobody answered. At last he pushed the door gently. It slowly swung open. The boy was pleased that the door had not been locked. He went in and looked around. He saw the light from a lamp, but there was no priest in the temple. He thought that the priest would arrive very soon, so he sat down and waited. Then he noticed that everything in the temple was covered with dust and that there were spider webs everywhere. He thought to himself, "I am sure that the priest could use an assistant to keep this place clean." He wondered why they had allowed everything to get so dusty. What pleased him very much, however, were some big white screens. "These are very good to draw cats on," he said. Then, even though he was very tired, he began to draw cats. He drew many cats all over the screens. Then he began to feel very sleepy. He was just about to lie down and go to sleep when he suddenly remembered what the priest had told him: stay away from large places at night. Stay in small places. The temple was very large. He was all done. As he thought about these words, he began to feel frightened. He decided to look for a small place in which to sleep. He found a little closet with a sliding door. He stepped into the closet and slid the door shut. Then he curled up and fell fast asleep. In the middle of the night, he was awakened by a horrible noise. It was the sound of fighting and screaming. The noise was so terrible that he was afraid to open the door even just a bit to peek out. He stayed very still and waited. The light in the temple went out, but the terrible sounds continued. They became louder and more frightening. The whole temple shook. Then, after a very long time, there was silence. Still, the boy was afraid to open the door even just to move. He did not move until the morning sun shone into the room and the light of the sun touched closet. Then very slowly and cautiously the boy got out of his hiding place and looked around. He saw the floor of the temple covered with blood. In the middle of the floor, he saw something lying dead. It was a huge rat, a goblin rat. It was bigger than a cow. But who or what could have killed that huge goblin rat? There was no person or creature in the room. The boy continued to look around. Then he saw the drawing of the cats that he had painted at the night before. He saw that their mouths were rat and wet with blood. Then he realized that the goblin had been killed by the cats that he had drawn. The boy understood, for the first time, the power of his drawing and why the priest had said to him, "Stay away from large places at night. Stay in small places." Then the boy became a famous artist. Today his painting of cats can be seen everywhere in Japan.